Month number 2. Oh wow, time really does fly.
Everybody doing it, jumping for joy. Boy, I'm enjoying. Everybody doing it, jumping for joy. Boy, I'm enjoying. Everybody doing it, jumping for joy.
Hello everybody, and today join me in this adventure where I will be talking about the changes that I experienced in month number 2. Let's do this thing. We're going to jumpstart this episode by talking about the points that I covered last month. Last month, I didn't notice any changes in relation to boobicles, nor facial hair, or weight. I personally didn't notice any difference with my voice, but some of you peeps said it was different. Now, I did notice some changes in relation to having spots, and I said prior to starting estrogen that I didn't have any. I started estrogen, and I had spots, and I did notice some muscle growth. Last month, I also spoke about 3 other changes, of which I didn't have the English to categorize. I had mood swings, I had more confidence, and I changed my entire fashion. So with that being said, let's jump into the changes that I noticed this month. But I personally feel it's easier for me to start off with the things that I didn't notice in month number 2, which are the things that you peeps asked me to think about, so I didn't notice. Do I even English, brah? But I do space hopper. Yeah. So in month number 2, I didn't notice any changes in relation to facial hair, or spots, or fashion. My confidence level is the same, and I haven't noticed any changes to my voice. So with that being said, let's do a vocal test. Jack and Jill went up the hill. 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 I haven't noticed any changes. But now it's time for the changes that you peeps have all been waiting for. The first thing that I noticed was hair growth. Believe it or not, hair grows really fast while it's on estrogen. And I wasn't really paying attention for month number 1 about hair growth because no one really mentioned it. But as soon as someone mentioned it, I noticed that my hair grew like a massive amount. Crazy! It was literally like my growth spurt when I was like 5. 5-year-old Hannah! I'm still 5, but now I'm 5 foot. Give it a couple of years and I'll be 6 foot. Hi, I'm 6 foot, I think. Am I? I don't know. I think I am, actually. Gosh darn it, world. And another thing that was growing on me was my muscle. I used to struggle carrying my vlog setup, which is actually this. This is my vlog setup. It's a little bit overkill. So what's wrong with a little bit of overkill now and then? I don't see any issue with being overkill. It is difficult vlogging without sunglasses, not gonna lie. Now, a lot of people have asked me about weight gain recently. I did spend $17, £13 on a milkshake yesterday. Roll the clip.
Sweet.
No worries. Thank you. At which point should I say this is my first ever shakeaway? And in my daily vlogs, I have been eating a little bit unhealthily. There is no reason for that. I would be happy just eating 1 Belvita biscuit a day and like 1 carton of soya milk, but for some reason they stopped selling soya milk. That's a discussion for a different day. I could really do a soya milk right now. It's absolutely lovely. But now it's time to talk about the title. It's time to talk about the thumbnail. If your parents are listening, make sure you mute it if you're under the age of like, I don't know, whatever you are, or and if any parents are watching this, I am a PG channel, but trans topicals can be a little bit on the edge. We're going to be talking about nipples. Now, I make a video every single day, and the one thing that I've been hiding from all of my daily videos is nipple pains. Let's go into detail. Back in the day, I used to love swimming, and I especially loved swimming in the sea in Wales. Wales is next to England. Now, there were never any big waves that you could properly surfboard surf, so you could never do any of this sort of surfing. But there were waves big enough to bodyboard. Bodyboarding looks a little bit like waiting for a wave. Wee. And very often I used to get a rash on my chest. Yeah, I used to surf topless. I must have been like 6 or whatever. I wasn't on hormones at that time. And very often my entire chest used to be rashy and very red and raw. Picture something rubbing on your chest to the point where it hurts. This is such a strange way of saying this. But that pain is what I feel whenever any pressure is applied at all to my boobical area. It's nothing like being kicked or punched in year 7 for being trans. It kind of feels a bit like someone getting a glittery pencil and just like stabbing you in places. Does that make sense whatsoever? So with all of the adult stuff out of the way, let's talk about the emotional changes. And trust me, I get emotional extremely easy. If you cried a lot before you're on hormones, then hormones is another whole level above that. Emotional changes. Emotional changes. Emotional changes. So in months number 1, I had many mood swings. Probably like 3 or 4 a week. And then months number 2 walked into my life. Mood swings are like every second of every day. And I feel that I appreciate things a lot more. What I mean by that is that I'd never take anything for granted anymore. Like, I used to get really annoyed about not having good Wi-Fi, and now my Wi-Fi's even worse. But I kind of feel bad when I feel angry about that sort of thing. Like, I know people have it worse off, and there's something like that going on in my head. But on the flip side of it, I feel like I'm getting judged a lot more. And by no means do I mean that I'm getting hate or whatever. I kind of feel as if people are looking at me weirdly, and I'm kind of taking it to heart. I'm just a small peep. I just want to be an adult. I just want to grow up. I just want to make videos. And of course, chuck space hoppers. Not the light. But that is it for today's video. I hope you have enjoyed my 2 months on estrogen video. What a crazy month it has been. But if you haven't seen my face on your screens before, make sure you do like and comment and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, hit that bell button right next to the subscribe button. You'll get to see my videos every single day at 6 PM on the dot. But thank you so much for watching, and on that note, do you know what the saddest time of day is? It's when I have to say goodbye. So on that note, goodbye.
Bye bye, see you